I know it's been a minute. We back, new video.
This is a story on
How we met.
Yes. Yeah. So, for those of us who don't know us, we've been together for about 8 years, but we met like 9, 10 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
About that long. So, I'm gonna start.
Cause she started it
a
all.
lot of this is my mess.
Sent us down this path.
So, okay. So about 10 years ago, I was 15 years old. 10 years old. And if you guys don't know, there's this social media site. It was before MySpace, before Facebook. It was called Skonex. And Skonex was kind of just a site where I don't know if it was just the whole United States or I don't know how far the range was, but it was high school, and you could basically connect to all the
high schools in your area.
Yes.
And every student in your high school.
Yes. It was pretty cool, but I could see why they kind of shut it down. But so out of boredom, I made this page and I was just adding just random people. Not gonna lie, kind of bored. Just wanted some friends to talk to from different areas. So I added this guy. He added me, I don't remember. He was from another borough and it was one of his friends.
Yes.
So the story didn't really start with me like adding him.
I had a friend. He kept telling me I needed to get on Skonex because they had a lot of girls on Skonex. So I got on. I had a Skonex, but I was really using it, and he came and told me that this girl, he had got her number and they was talking on the phone, and she had wrote under a couple of the pictures that he uploaded. He had pictures of me on his Skonex, and she had wrote under the photo.
Yeah, I was just kind of like.
I don't remember what you wrote.
It was just like, oh, who's that? I just saw a little chocolate boy with a ponytail, and back then I loved like guys with ponytails.
I had long hair.
Very long hair. So I just seen a puff and I was like, oh, who's that? I remember actually either he called me or I called him, and I even after I wrote, I actually called him and was like, oh, so who's that? And he was just like, oh, that's my friend. So okay, cool. Fast forward.
I was under the impression that they were like trying to get to know each other for other reasons.
And that was not my intentions. That I was just strictly friendships. So that's why I was like, so who's this guy? Yeah, who's that? That was my thing. But fast forward maybe a couple days later, I get a phone call, and I'm from his friend, and I'm like, hey, what you up to? He's like, oh, my friend is here, and it was him. And I just remember saying, okay, cool, what you guys up to? They were just hanging out. And then I had just discovered, me and my friends had just discovered this video. Okay, so if you're not in our age range, you don't really remember this video, but it was called Two Girls, One Cup. So, if you don't know the video, I suggest you guys look it up. I'm not going to give you the gross details on the video, but it is a horrifying, disgusting video that will like scar you.
I forgot all about that.
So, they pull it up while I'm on the phone, and they have the reaction that I hope they would. They're like, ah, it's disgusting, it's so nasty, what the fuck is wrong with you? And they was like, oh, so my homie wants to talk to you.
Cause at this time, I'm thinking, like, she's got a sense of humor. She don't take herself too serious. So I wanted to have a conversation with her.
Yeah. So we're talking on the phone, just a little bit of like, how are you, or blah blah blah, where you from, whatever. So I give him my AIM. So what is that? AOL Instant Messenger.
Yeah.
Yes, I give him my AIM and then kind of just talk from there.
We talked a lot on AIM before we exchanged phone numbers because I still thought that y'all was still conversating. So I was just, being a friend to you.
Yeah.
And I was like realizing we had a lot of stuff in common. And yeah, we just kept talking on AIM, and then eventually we exchanged numbers. And then we started talking on the phone, and months would pass.
Months, yes. Months went past just talking on the phone.
Once I realized it was nothing between you and my friend. Yeah, months went past, but we would just talk every day. I would talk to you about other chicks.
Yes, other chicks that he was dealing with. Somebody was a bit of a player, so I was kind of just that ear listening to.
She became my best friend.
Yes.
That like no one knew I had.
Pretty much. So this is where the story kind of gets a little fucked up. I have to admit, please, you guys, don't hate me about this.
So it becomes a time where we're supposed to meet up, because I had a whole bunch of friends that was coming out to the Bronx.
Yes, that's
She lived in the Bronx at the time, and I lived in Brooklyn. And I had a whole bunch of my homeboys going out to the Bronx just to chill. We were gonna go shop, look at girls, young stuff. And she was supposed to meet me, and I guess she got cold feet and stood me up.
Yeah, I feel like crap. I still feel bad about it. I had intentions on walking out there and meeting him, and I was on the phone with him up until the point where I was like, okay, I'm leaving the house. And then it was just like, I just couldn't do it. I don't know quite. I was just shy. I know he had like a bunch of boys with him.
Maybe.
I was alone.
I was young, so I probably wasn't like really thinking. like maybe 10.
Yeah, it was a lot of them.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I can't do this. I can't do this. And I think maybe an hour or two passed, and I may have texted you. This was when sidekicks were kind of popping, so I made just text him like, I'm sorry, something came up. Or maybe I didn't text at all. I don't really remember. I just remember him getting home later that night, and
I went back to Brooklyn, went to Bushwick with my friend. I got super drunk. Yeah, that's all I remember.
yeah, well, I remember later on that night getting a little text message like, leave me alone. And he wasn't quite respectful then, so I was some nasty little names some nasty ass names under the book. And then I was like, okay, screw this dude, and I'm not talking to you anymore. And how much time went by before we spoke again?
Like maybe like almost a year. Almost a whole other year.
Right. So probably another year or almost a year. I then had him on MySpace. Now this is when MySpace was popping, and I'm not even lying. I would watch his page, see what he was doing, watch the little thirst buckets on his little comments. You know, when you could post the comments on the, like the pictures on people's comments, and some of the stuff on his page was ridiculous. And I remember just getting mad. I'm like, oh no, I can't. And I don't remember what I wrote you. I don't know if I said I miss you or I would like to talk to you. I just don't remember.
You sent me I was at my sister's house, and I think you sent me a text message, and I didn't have any service because I was in the basement. And then when I came out, before I could text you back, you called me, and then I answered the phone because I didn't know who it was.
Mm-hmm.
And we was talking. We talked. I don't even remember the conversation. I just remember we talked, and then you basically was like you didn't want me to hate you.
Okay. What?
And I was like I didn't, and that's basically where the conversation ended. And then we didn't talk for like another 30 days.
Okay.
But then I called you on your birthday.
Oh, yes. I remember this. You called me on my birthday, and I probably had the stupidest little grin because he has great tongue. He knows how to speak. So probably says some real nice shit because I remember just being happy, and then I feel like from that point on we started talking again on the phone from sun up to sundown. I would come home from school, call him.
Yeah, we was talking a lot, and then I had got in trouble. I had got accused of something that I didn't do, and I had a court case coming up.
Oh, yes.
And you basically was like, you know, after the court case, we was gonna meet up, finally meet up. That everything went good, and everything went good, and then we met up the next week.
Yes, so us meeting up. He was such the sweetheart. When it was time for us to meet up, I had cut school. Please don't cut school. It hurts you more than it helps you. Please don't cut school. But I cut school, and I met him basically at the train station. He came all the way from Brooklyn, which is like an hour and a half train ride, to pick me up so we can go back to Brooklyn. So I get to the train station maybe maybe about 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes before he arrives, so that I could see him before he could see me. And I never forget, I was on the phone with my best friend. Like, I was on the phone in the corner hiding, peeking through a little glass as he comes down, because we had agreed on him sitting like in a seat waiting for me, and I'll come and bump into him. So I remember him coming down, and I was just on the phone with my best friend. I'm like, oh my god, he's so cute. He's just so cute. And I think I wanted to run away, and I was just like, no, I'm not gonna do this again. I'm not, because I was almost like out of there. Like, no, I'm not gonna do this again. And then I just kind of walked up on him with, oh my god, with this little plaid H&M shirt with this cheetah print headband with my box braids, a hot mess, pinned up into some kind of bun in the back. It was a whole mess. And I said ill.
Yeah, when I said hi, she said ill.
I said ill because I didn't know what else to say. I didn't say like, hey, I didn't give a hug. We got on the train. The whole freaking train ride was
awkward
as shit. He gets on the train and sits between.
That's not what happened. I sit down. She sat across from me instead of next to me, and two girls sat on. Like they sandwiched me, so I was in the middle of two girls, and she's stink grilling me directly across from me the entire time. Like it's my fault.
Yeah. So we spent maybe an hour and a half train ride just not talking at all. Just.
What was you thinking on the train ride?
I was just thinking.
I was thinking that you was prettier than I thought you was gonna be.
I was just, yeah.
I was gonna stomp you out.
What?
Taking so long, and
you did stomp me out.
I know, playing, and yeah, and I was just like, this is so awkward. I can't wait to get to my house.
Yeah, I was just like, I was in my head thinking, I spend so much time on the phone talking to him.
At this point, we was like best friends.
We just haven't met.
Yeah.
But I didn't. Some of y'all know, y'all meet somebody and then you start hanging with them and then it's completely like terrible. And then you're just like, well, I just wasted all my time talking on the phone. So that's what was going on in my head. I just hoped it wasn't like that. The train ride was already awkward, so in my head, oh shit, the rest of the day it's finna be like this. Like, this is a dub. But I must say I was wrong because we're here.
So we get back to my house, and we get in my room. You're just standing in the middle of the room, like you're like.
I am so. I mean, I look relaxed and like I'm chilling here. I am so like standoffish. Like if you don't offer me a seat, I won't sit. Like so if you like, I just won't move. I'll just stand in a spot and just.
Yeah. So I told you, you can sit down, you can take your coat off. You did that. You was still like super shy, so as soon as I turned the TV on, I turned around and I sat next to you, and then I just kissed you.
He kissed me, but it wasn't like.
It's a long kiss.
It wasn't like a kiss.
Yeah,
it was like a let's come here, let's lay like. He was just trying, because I was like stiff like a board. I was like, not.
I was trying to, push her back on the bed, and it was like, but I got her back on the bed. We made out for like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, it was about.
That was like 20, like, it just got in the room for like maybe 3 seconds, and then we just was wind up kissing for 20 minutes.
So yes, 20 minutes. And I would just say the whole
time.
After
that.
The ice was broken.
We was just talking, kicking it, watching TV.
Same way over the phone. Just
went to the store, got snacks.
Then it was time for me to go. And I went home. He took me home like a gentleman. Next day, same shit. So I cut school again. And again, please don't cut school. Please don't. This man had me. I was like a serial school cutter. But yeah, next day, cut school. We're hanging out. And then
I asked you. We was chilling, watching TV.
Nothing.
like, yeah, nothing sexual happened. We hung out 3 days in a row.
We hung out 3 days in a row. You're right.
But on the second day, I asked you to be my girlfriend.
Did, and I was just like, I said yeah.
Yeah, she said it fast.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then me, I asked why. I'm one of those fucking people. I'll ask you why. And I just asked why. And I can't really remember why.
I can't remember too much, but it was something to the effect that we had already had like a 2-year friendship off and on the phone.
Yeah.
I knew everything. I knew all your most of your secrets, your family stuff. You knew family stuff with me. I was just like,
let's do it.
Fuck it. It was already like my best friend.
So that pretty much concludes how we met.
It's a lot more stories to come.
Yes, we have
been together for 8 years. There's been ups, there's been downs.
There's been all arounds.
There's been breakups.
There's been
makeups.
Yes.
There's been engagements. Yeah.
There's been a lot.
And there's more to come. There's announcements to come. There's a whole bunch of shit to come.
Yes, definitely. We want to know what you guys think.
Yes, and we want to know. Sorry to talk over you.
It's okay.
We want to know you guys, how you got with who you with.
Right.
We want to know how y'all got together. So put that story down below. Right? Yeah, yep. Down below.
Down below.
Yeah.
And you should go watch these 2 girls, 1 cup video.
That will not be in the link.
That will not be in the link.
Though that link will not be in the description.
Yes. And let us know what you think about that video.
Yeah. Hit us up on Twitter. The links for our Twitters will be down below. Social
Snap,
media.
Everything down below.
Our last video.
Down below.
Thumbs up. What's the next story you guys want? Yes. Let us know too. We want to know what the next story you guys want to hear. Subject matter.
Yes. And we will catch you guys
later.
Next time.
Peace. Subscribe.
Don't forget to
subscribe.